Good evening. Let's quickly track the big story that we've been looking at very, very closely indeed on day 2 of the big Pegasus hacks. Who are some of the leaders who've been named? Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, along with 9 leaders, those in his inner coterie, the poll strategist Prashant Kishore, the new IT minister Ashwini Vaishnav. That's Mr. Vaishnav's name is a bit of an irony since he was on the floor of Parliament today defending the government. As far as the entire Pegasus issue is concerned, those are a couple of the big names. Apart from that, Ashok Lavasa, the former election commissioner, named as well. The several numbers associated with the woman who accused the former Chief Justice of India, Justice Gogoi, of harassment, those were also apparently under observation. Abhishek Banerjee, the powerful MLA of the Trinamool Congress, his secretary as well. Those are just a few of the names which the present Jal Shakti minister, just a few of the names which are on the list on day 2. Remember, yesterday primarily the focus was on journalists, but what's happened today are a series of explosive revelations. Now, there are a lot of big names. These have been outed by The Wire today. Remember, it's not just The Wire that's coming out with these reports. Different news agencies around the world who've had access to the dump of data as far as telephone numbers are concerned are all focusing on their respective areas of interest. Now, there have been lots of reactions which have come in through the day. The Congress has hit out at the government, saying that this is a huge invasion of privacy. Just a little while back, we heard Ravi Shankar Prasad, the former IT minister, actually defend the government, saying that it's ludicrous to believe that the government was behind this. He said there was an international conspiracy targeting India. He hit out at the media and at The Wire for coming out with these reports. So what we'll do first is we'll listen into what the Congress had to say in their press conference and then listen into what some of the other reactions have been.
पुराने आईटी मिनिस्टर का 28 नवंबर 2019 का जवाब पढ़ लेते तो इतना झूठ संसद को ना बोलते। और वहां उन्होंने 3 बातें मानी। पहली बात कि 121 आदमियों के नाम उनके पास आए हैं हिंदुस्तान के, जिनके टेलीफोन को पिगैसस इजरायली जासूसी यंत्र से हैक किया गया। आप कह रहे हो हमारा पिगैसस के बारे में जानकारी नहीं। अब कौन सा मंत्री झूठ बोल रहा है? पुराने वाला झूठ बोल रहा है या नया वाला झूठ बोल रहा है? क्या हिंदुस्तान में मुख्य चुनाव आयुक्त, विपक्ष के नेता समेत श्री राहुल गांधी, खुद के कैबिनेट मंत्रियों, पत्रकार साथियों, एक्टिविस्ट और इन सब की जासूसी करवाना अगर देशद्रोह नहीं और राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा से खिलवाड़ नहीं तो क्या है? अमित शाह जी चुप क्यों रहे? तो माननीय अमित शाह को 1 सेकंड भी क्या अपने पद पर बने रहने का अधिकार है? उन्हें बर्खास्त क्यों नहीं किया जाना चाहिए? क्योंकि ये सब तो उनकी देखरेख में हो रहा है।
It strongly refutes, condemns the baseless and bereft of political propriety comments leveled by Congress against the BJP. इस पूरी कहानी में एक एविडेंस नहीं आया है।
Report itself clarifies that presence of a number in the list does not amount to snooping. Honorable Speaker, sir, now let us examine what the NSO, the company which owns the technology, has said. I quote, NSO Group believes that claims that you have provided with are based on misleading interpretation of leaked data from basic information such as XLR lookup services which have no bearing on the list of the customers targets of Pegasus or any other NSO product. Such services are openly available to anyone, anywhere and anytime, and are commonly used by governmental agencies as well as by private companies worldwide. It is beyond dispute that the data has nothing to do with surveillance or with NSO, so there can be no factual basis to suggest that a use of the data somehow equates to surveillance. I highlight, sir, NSO has also said that the list of countries shown using Pegasus is incorrect. And many countries mentioned are not even our clients. It also said that most of its clients are Western countries. It is evident, Honorable Chairman Sir, Speaker Sir, that NSO has also clearly rubbished the claims in the report.
Well, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has tweeted, she says the Pegasus revelations are abhorrent. She tweeted this morning. If true, the Modi government seems to have launched a grave and sinister attack on the right to privacy, constitutionally guaranteed to Indian citizens as a fundamental right. This is an affront to democracy and has ominous implications for our freedoms. This was earlier on in the day. Since then, there's been a press conference addressed by the Congress as well. The BJP has hit out. In fact, one of the points mentioned by Ravi Shankar Prasad is that it's the Congress which in the past was involved in phone taps as well. Meanwhile, the hacking of the phones of journalists is wrong, is what the Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has said. Let's just listen in to what he said earlier today.
किसी को इस तरह से डिस्टर्ब करना अच्छी बात नहीं, मेरे हिसाब से तो बिल्कुल बेकार बात है। और ये जो नई टेक्नोलॉजी सब आ करके इसका जो दुरुपयोग हो रहा है और किस तरह से इसका बुरा असर भी पड़ रहा है, कई जगह लोगों को परेशानी होती है, काम करना चाहते हैं उसमें बाधा आती है, कई तरह की बात होती है। अगर कोई निगेटिव और गलत काम करे तो शुरू से ही तो उस पर कार्रवाई करने के लिए प्रावधान होता ही है। लेकिन अब जो आ गया है तो इसमें होता है, कई लोगों को किसी तरह से तंग करना, परेशान करना, ये सब भी चलता ही रहता है। आप सब लोगों को ज़्यादा मालूम है।
Well, let's just go across to NDTV's Arvind Gunasekara, who's been tracking the story now. Arvind, what are we hearing about some of the names of ministers, on that list? Other than the IT minister, there are others who've also been named, whose phones were apparently hacked, or their offices had some people whose phones were hacked. Could you share some details?
Yeah, Vishnu, the data accessed by France-based Forbidden Stories, and that was analyzed by several media organizations across the globe, especially The Wire in India, shows that almost over 300 Indian verified mobile user numbers were part of that particular database, and of which yesterday we saw somewhere over 40 journalists were also snooped through this particular spyware. And what the second list, what it shows is that senior Congress leaders, the former Congress President Rahul Gandhi, his aides were also snooped through this particular spyware, and also Prashant Kishore, political strategist, and also the Vice President of TMC, Abhishek Banerjee, were also part of that list. But what is interesting is that this particular database, which has been reported by several media organizations, including The Wire, it shows that the current ministers like Smriti Irani and also Prahlad Joshi is the current Parliamentary Affairs Minister, and also Smriti Irani, both their aides and officers were also snooped through this particular spyware. That's what the reports say. So as of this moment, both of them have not responded to any of this particular report. Whatever response that we have got as of now from the government side is Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, Ashwini Vaishnaw, making a statement on the floor of the House in Lok Sabha, and now Ravi Shankar Prasad, a senior BJP leader, making a statement presser at the BJP office.
Senior Supreme Court lawyer Ashwini Dubey joins us now. Mr. Dubey, the bottom line is this: who could have ordered a hack as large as this? Now, it's not enough to say that the Wire is some sort of conspiracy. It's being done by various agencies around the world, news agencies, Amnesty International. There are international forensic teams as well. There's a French NGO. So as far as India is concerned, who would have authorized the use of this surveillance technology?
Thank you very much, Vishnuji. Vishnuji, a report by Wire in its heading says may, which means it's a conjecture, not a fact, that some people had been snooped using this Pegasus. Second, it is surprising that there are 45 countries allegedly using Pegasus as per the Pegasus project report, but India, which has denied allegations of using Pegasus, is being targeted, and the remaining countries like US, UK, Pakistan have been ignored. So I think this is another toolkit to target India alone.
No, but what does US, Pakistan have to do with this? These are names which have been made. There is forensic examination, for example, of certain journalists' phones which have been done, right? So, and those indicate infiltration by Pegasus.
Because the monsoon session has started from
today.
So
you mean to say the entire international media,
India alone. And third is
everybody timed to monsoon session. What 13 plus media organizations around the world timed to India's monsoon session before they came out with their leaks at the same time, their reports at the same time.
When NSO itself says, NSO has already issued questionnaire. NSO group has said that even the list of countries using Pegasus given by these various groups is wrong. It is contemplated legal action too. What is the credibility of the groups engaged in
No,
investigating?
but hang
these
on a
matters
second,
with the
sir.
behest of Amnesty?
Ashwini ji,
So
NSO has issued a statement saying that they condemn the wrong use of Pegasus. The question I'm asking is, in India, if this has been used, who authorized it?
Nobody authorized it.
Pegasus
It's
is not
just
the
a
end
conjecture.
user.
I said
Pegasus
the
is only
report-
the supplier.
It's
Sorry,
a-
NSO is not the end user. NSO is only the supplier of Pegasus. Who uses Pegasus? That is the key issue.
sir,
The
RTI
NSO statement is irrelevant.
Sir, RTI information from 2013 revealed around 9,000 phones, 500 email accounts were paused every month by the then government. Now the Pegasus to Chhattisgarh, this is a report that NSO demonstrated use of Pegasus to Chhattisgarh police. So it means the Chhattisgarh government interested in the same spyware. Amnesty has no love for India.
It's
It
not
stopped
a
work after-
Congress government versus a BJP government, sir. Any government that uses it is wrong.
Can few media houses be the judge, jury, and executioner?
No one is being
what
the
is
judge and jury and executioner, sir. I mean,
due
shall
respect-
we just shut down the media around the world, sir? If media comes out with reports, here it's not just one, this thing, you will disagree with everybody. You will say that they have all timed it to India's monsoon session.
Where
When
is
the larger
evidence?
issues, who would have done it? It costs millions of dollars for this software, sir.
Report itself says Vishnu sir uses the word may. It means that they have no concrete proof.
Okay.
This is my reply.
All right,
to
that's an
Vishnu,
important point. Tehsir, why don't you answer that point? It's come up in the past. Where is the evidence?
Let's assume that what Mr. Dubey is saying is absolutely true. Somebody has spied and has installed this software on Indians, fellow Indians, because we have traces of that. Those forensic reports are publicly available now. So then, if it's not the government of India and Honorable Shri Narendra Modi ji doing it, why doesn't the government of India, like Germany and France, take it up with Israel and order an absolute international investigation, simply because that means somebody else is spying on a sitting Supreme Court judge, is spying on leaders of opposition, constitutional authorities like the election commissioner, etc. So we need this to be investigated. Two, here's the most important point that comes in. Ravi Shankar Prasad ji, in his statement, and I quote NDTV right now, says that Pegasus is only used for surveillance. That means the government of India is accepting Pegasus was used. If it is not used for surveillance, then what was it used for? So at no point is the government of India denying it. I don't know where Mr. Dubey is saying he's denying it. The government of India is not denying it. Thirdly, can the government of India now go to the Supreme Court and put an affidavit in the Supreme Court and before all international forensic experts saying that they were not involved in this and take this up with Israel? That is the moot point. Because something happened in 2019, something happened in the 70s, something happened in the 40s,
Sir,
does not give it
there's
the
not,
right
Mr.
for
Dubey,
something
been
to
a
wrong to happen in
categorical
2020.
denial of the use of this in this country. It may not be it may be an arm of the government, an intelligence agency, the police forces, whatever it is. There's not been any out and out denial of the use. They have said that it's not been misused, as I understand it. But where have they said that it's not come into India at all?
There is a law in the country which operates. The Indian Telegraph Act and Information Technology Act prescribes procedures for lawful interception. And law is that whether a phone was actually hacked and infected can only be established through forensic examination of the device,
Which has been done,
not
sir.
on the basis of the report which is used, but not whether which is the authenticated and authorized government agency of India.
No, but that's the
which
that's
has
the problem,
given the
Mr. Dubey.
forensic examination.
So that's a bit of a self goal. If you are allegedly under surveillance by the government of India, would anybody trust the government of India to do a forensic analysis of their phone?
Vishnu sir, our country run by the law. Our
Right.
courts
May I
are
make a
very
point?
independent, sir. There is article 226 and 32 is available to my friend Tehseen Poonawala.
Okay, sir, just 1 second. I'm
Then
interrupting
maybe
you
a
because
point.
I have Mr. Shogotar Roy, the Lok Sabha MP of the Trinamool Congress with us. Mr. Roy, one of the names which have emerged is that of Abhishek Banerjee, the MLA in West Bengal, a powerful leader in your party. Also the name of
He's
Prashant
not the
Kishore, who
MLA.
of course was very
He's the
closely
MP.
involved as in an advisory capacity. What are your reactions to these names emerging?
No, my reaction is terrible. I mean, it exposes the central government. It is very clear that Pegasus is company which enters into agreement only with governments. So all these things that have been done by Pegasus, getting 50,000 numbers, tapping the telephones of opposition leaders, judges, journalists, etc., has been done with the consent of the government. Now it is, I heard the statement by the Minister for IT, new Minister for IT. It tries to whitewash the whole thing. What I demand is that there should be an international investigation. As it has happened, why was it necessary for the government to use Pegasus spyware from Israel to snoop, to hack into phones of Indian politicians, journalists, judges, and all that? So this needs exposure, this needs international inquiry, investigation.
So it is being investigated by around the world, by media agencies around the world. But I mean, who is going to do a legal sort of analysis of this around the world when several governments would potentially be implicated in its use? It's not something that you and I, Mr. Roy, can buy. And so that's my question. How does one get to the bottom of this?
The only way is that if the government agrees, then it can set up an international panel. It can ask people from other countries, let them join the investigation. Let there be positive and thorough investigation into this Pegasus snooping.
Okay, Mr. Roy, just 1 second. I know we've got Gurdeep Singh Sappal, the spokesperson of the Congress, with us. Before I come to you, Gurdeep ji, just want to go through what WhatsApp has actually been saying. This is Will Cathcart, the head of communications at WhatsApp, and he said, the groundbreaking report from The Guardian and The Washington Post and many others demonstrates what we have been saying for years. NSO's dangerous spyware is used to commit horrible human rights abuses all around the world, and it must be stopped. Human rights defenders, tech companies and governments must work together to increase security and hold the abusers of spyware accountable. Microsoft was bold in their actions last week. In 2019, WhatsApp discovered and defeated an attack from NSO. They rely on unknown vulnerabilities in mobile operating systems, which is one of the reasons why we felt it was so important to raise awareness of what we'd found. So in a sense, WhatsApp putting their hands up in the air and saying, we've been saying this all along. In a sense, end-to-end encryption, which is the basis of which all of us communicate, is utterly, completely vulnerable if you've got Pegasus in your software. Mr. Sappal, the BJP alleges that the Congress has been phone tapping in the past as well. Ravi Shankar Prasad gave an example of that in the past. How would you respond?
The issue is not the past, the issue is today.
No, but there's precedent. So, and the argument is interesting. All governments do this, is the argument. Security agencies do this.
All governments don't do it, number one. Congress did not do it. Congress strengthened the privacy laws. There was a policy for privacy in 2013, which was not implemented by this government, number one. Number two, today privacy is a fundamental right. And government should have been horrified that the fundamental right of so many people, which includes the Supreme Court judge, which includes the leader of the biggest political opposition party, which includes journalists, which includes its own ministers, which includes so many people in the country, their privacy has been tampered with. But government is not horrified. What is their excuse? Number one, they have not said that they have not purchased Pegasus software from NSO. They have not said it. They only say there has been no unauthorized usage. This is what Ravi Shankar Prasad said 2 years back, which is what today they are saying. Number two, they say, why only India? They are trying to obfuscate that this is not an India-specific investigation. 17 media organizations in more than 10 countries have done it. And not only India has been targeted. Out of 50-odd countries, only a few have been named in violation of privacy. One is Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Kazakhstan, Mexico, Morocco, Rwanda, Saudi Arabia, Hungary, and UAE. India is in the company of these countries. Who are these countries? These are all dictatorship countries where the privacy is not cared for at all. Number three, 2 years back, 1,300 phones were tampered with. 1,300 phones.
Okay.
And I must share with your viewers that one license of Pegasus cost $8 million, which put some 50 phones in surveillance. So it required a budget of 1,500 crore to do a spying on 1,300 phones. A government can spend that money. No organization can spend that amount of money. But in last 2 years, government did not do it because it was government who was doing it. And today also it is the government which is doing it. And that is why Congress is asking. That the Home Minister must resign. Because
all right, you're asking for the resignation of the Home Minister of the country. That's an important statement over there. We'll keep tracking this. Need to take a short break. We'll be back.